Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'll be sharing another December daily process video. I think that this is the last one for now, but I wanted to share this one since it was kind of a travel themed page. I mean, it is a travel themed page. We were able to go out of town the 28th through the 30th, and it's kind of a somewhat tradition, which is what I talk about in my journaling. We don't get to do it every year, but we try to do it most years, where we just get out of town during that kind of weird time after Christmas. And also places are kind of empty. So we were able to go to Santa Cruz and have a lot of fun doing all kinds of different things. I took a huge photo from hiking in the redwoods and I blew it up to outside the page protector, matted it to some cardstock, and then in between both of the large photos, I'm going to have a laminated sheet with 2-inch circle photos. So that'll be really fun to have in the middle. And on the right hand side is more the photos from the 29th, my kids on top of a log in the ocean. I couldn't get that to be a full-size photo, so I just did kind of the biggest size that I could get, and I also included a family selfie and another photo of my daughter that you just saw me make with a piece of paper. I grabbed a large vellum heart. I want to say it's from the Wander kit, and then I'm just going to add in some other hearts. I'm just kind of deciding what hearts I want to use. I wind up deciding on the gold puffy stars, which I think I've mentioned a few times. I'm trying to use those up. So the front of the laminator sheet is going to be the photos from our hike on the 28th. We were able to arrive in Santa Cruz like late afternoon and then take a hike before this nature area closed. So I have a ton of photos and I just love being out in nature, and it was so much fun. And my daughter loved looking around for different places where she could hide, or the warrior cats could hide, which is a book series she loves to read. I also have a great photo of my husband and kids inside of a redwood that's still growing but had a lot of fire damage to it, which was really interesting. So you can see I punched a tree circle and I put some word phrase strips on those. Those are from the Wander kit, and I'm really excited to dive more into that story kit. I also am going to make a little cluster over by the family photo since I have a large chipboard on the tree photo. That chipboard says believe in magic because I really do think trees are just magical. Just how big they can grow, the different varieties, I love them. So I am playing around with this perforated sheet to get several different phrases to use on my photos. And I think I wind up picking 3 for the circle photos and then another one above the Good Cheer chipboard, which is on the right-hand side, and another one for down by the family photo. So really, I'm just sprinkling them everywhere because I found a lot of phrases that worked for this project. And I have some stars that I die cut with the Cameo. It's a 10 by 8 paper that I was able to turn into a PNG and then die cut out. So I found another photo of like the railroads, I think it is. So I went ahead and swapped that out for the bridge photo. So I wound up with extra photos, I guess. So I just had to decide. Now I flipped it over and I'm going to add in the photos from the 29th. So we went down to the ocean and basically watched my daughter run circles around us, and then we went to some local places like a cookie company and also the local bookstore and then the mini golf place. And so I have lots of great photos and put those on 2-inch circles, cut them out with my Cameo, but the paper shapes I cut out with the punch that you just saw me use. I also wanted to have one more vellum heart on that laminated sheet side. So what I did is I took a vellum heart from a Stories by the Month kit and just cut off the silver portion since I didn't need that. I just really wanted the consistency with having a heart and vellum. So I dug through my stash and found it, and it worked out perfect. I'm going to go ahead and switch things around since I didn't want the vellum hearts to be like right next to each other. I wanted it to create a nice diagonal line. So I switched the joy circle and then the black circle. I switched those around, and then I just used the gold puffy stickers to simply add in the date. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I love having the two albums. That way I can kind of give the days after Christmas a little more attention instead of just throwing them into an insert or a collage or even in an envelope, which is all great. Those are great things, and I've done all of those over the years, but it's nice to just give them a little bit of attention. And now I feel like they're well documented, because in Project Life I also just do an overview, a basic overview, highlights. So it's nice to be able to do a little extra. Okay, so I'm showing you the pages, and then I pull it back out because I realized I didn't do the journaling. So I want to go ahead and journal about our trip, and I just talk about how, like I said in the beginning of my video, how this is somewhat of a tradition. We love to get out of town and go somewhere. We thought about going to Fort Bragg because that was one of our favorite places to visit several years ago, but it recently got, we think, affected by an earthquake. And then we thought about Eureka, which definitely got affected. So we just went to Santa Cruz and found lots of local places and hiking, and it was a ton of fun to just get out of town. We finished our trip with a rainy day hike. We didn't know it was going to be downpouring, but we wanted to look for banana slugs on this particular trail because we'd done it, I think 4 years prior during the summer. So we wanted to try again. And we didn't find any banana slugs, but I did some research afterwards and we should have seen some. So I don't know where they were hiding, because apparently banana slugs are like earthworms in that they can drown in puddles. So you know how earthworms come out and you see them a lot when it's raining? Should have been that way for slugs, but it wasn't. There's your little facts for the day. I don't know if you wanted those facts, but now you have them. So I took 2 small photos, one of like a creek and the bridge, and then another one of the kids at the sign. And then I pop dotted a main photo of my people walking. And I'm just going to add in some trees that I die cut from digitals. I have like a green one and also a gold one, and they all have like stars attached to the top of them because it's like a Christmas tree. So I just erased those in Photoshop Elements. I also grabbed a chipboard from the Wandering collection and I put some adhesive on it and then added paper to the adhesive that I didn't need, so that way the chipboard was pop dotted as well. I have a 30 from a couple years ago. So I'm just going to use that number and then add in a tree that I fussy cut myself, because I did not want to cut any more trees from the cameo. I wanted to use up my supplies and finish this project. And I have some chipboard trees I threw in there, and also these glittery letters. So I spelled out rainy hike. I could have scooted over the word rainy, but when you peel those letters up, it's not good. They are stuck once they're stuck. I also used some of the inside pieces of the letters as like enamel dots, which was a really fun thing to do. And I felt very smart doing that because I wanted another embellishment that matched these glittery letters. So I just talked about our rainy hike and how much fun we had, how soaked we got, but it was the perfect way to end our incredible little getaway, and this was definitely a really fun adventure. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these pages come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.